Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make the Vietnamese nem. This is a delicacy in Vietnam, and if people know that you are making this for your party, they will definitely want to come to your party. So to make the Vietnamese nem, this is what you would need. You need 2 pounds of the lean beef, and this is the top sirloin steak. You could get this anywhere. I got this piece from Costco, but you want 2 pounds of this, so usually buy 2 to 3 pounds, and you would slide away the fat from it. You need 2 bags of this frozen sliced pork skin, and you can get this at the Asian market. And you need 2 bags of this nam's powder right here, so that you can see it. And you need 1 bag of this. This is the roasted rice powder. So for the ingredient, you would need 7 tablespoons of sugar, 25 grams of the roasted rice powder, 1.5 teaspoons of black pepper grind, half a teaspoon of salt. You would need some laksa leaves, rau ram, that's in Vietnamese. And then you want the red Thai chili peppers because red color looks good with green. And also you want a whole head and a half of garlic. These are the garlic cloves that I peeled already. So you get 2 pounds of beef, but you know this is not 2 pounds. I just want to show you how what to do. So you cut these into small pieces, kind of like this, so that you can fit it to the grinder and it could grind good for you. Okay, let me put this down first. Here we go. So you have this. They look like that, and then what you would do is you would feed these into the meat grinder. You turn this on, and you can see how the meat come out. So this is how you would want to grind the meat. And most of the recipe you would want to grind it twice. So I usually grind it twice too. You grind it once and then you put these back and you grind it again. So when you're done with all of those, so that you can see, you put these back in a separate bowl and you can grind them again. So you would grind them twice so they would be smaller pieces. Okay, so now you're going to mix all the dry ingredients together. This is 7 tablespoons of sugar, 25 grams of the roasted rice powder, 1.5 teaspoons of black pepper grind, half a teaspoon of salt. You want to mix that all together pretty good like that, and then you put it in together with your ground beef. Okay, so we mixed the dry ingredient together with the ground beef. Now we're going to put it in the freezer for 2 hours. So after you put your beef in the freezer, this is the next step. You would want to get your, this is sliced pork skin right here. You want 2 bags of these. What you want to do, because these usually come frozen, so you want to blanch these. You want to boil a pot of water. You want to fill this pot with like half of water. So I would say about 4 cups of water for 1 bag of frozen pork skin. So for 2 bags, you may want to do 6 cups of water or just half a pot, you know, big enough. And then you put in 1 teaspoon of salt into the water. And you wait for it to boil a little bit, almost, this water is almost here. So when it's boiled, you put in 1 bag of the frozen pork skin and you blanch it you leave it in here for about 10 seconds. And then you get it out and you put it in cold water right away. Here we go. So you blanch this in the cold water that I have right here. And then what you do is you want to press it down to get most of the water out. As much as you can. And my hands are clean, they're washed already. So you can press them down on this like that. After you get most of the water out, you put it on a tray like this, and then you spread this out You want to spread this out and wait for it to dry, and this will take about 30 minutes and it will dry before you can cut these up into 1 centimeter pieces. I mean, you cut them up. And this is what came out. After 30 minutes, they dry like this. Now I'm gonna cut these up. I'm gonna put on my gloves, because with NAM, you wanna make sure that everything is really sanitized, really clean, because there's no cooking process. It's cooked by chemical. So what you do is you're gonna cut these pork rinds up really fine, just like that. So you do that to all of the pork rinds so that you can mix it in with the beef. Well, the finer you cut it is the better, but you don't want to cut it too fine. Just cut it about, I would say, 1 centimeter. What you want to do is you want to put this into your KitchenAid and you want to mix it up. Well, first, you want to stir it so it won't splash everywhere. Just go slowly until it mixes together. There we go. So when the pork skin, when you see that mixed together with the beef pretty good, then you're gonna put in this NAM's powder. You would need 2 bags of this. I usually use a Lobo, but you can use the other brand too. They have 2 of these at the store, the Dragonfly, I think. You want to put in the small bag. There's a little bag in this bag. You want to put in the small bag first before you put in the big bag. So let's cut this up. So you see how this is the small bag inside the big bag? You want to cut this and put that in. Here we go. So I'm using 2 bags for 2 pounds of beef. And now you're going to put in the big bag. You just want to put it in slowly. You just don't want it to splatter, you know, everywhere. Okay, so you want to let it mix for maybe about, I would say about 5 to 6 minutes. If you don't have a mixer like this one, you can use your hand. You know, you just have to mix it with your hand, kind of like knead a dough. That's what you would do. So you want to get a 9 by 12 pan. A glass pan is good, or you can just do, if you have a metal one, that's fine too, but I like my glass pan. And then you want to dump everything that you have in here out, and you can see the color of the beef. It's that color. But it will turn red after a few hours, so don't worry. It just looks like that for now. You want to make sure you get every little piece out of it. And then what you do now is you get a piece of saran wrap. You put this on and you press it down. You want to spread it out onto the pan as flat and as even as you can. So after you spread it out almost evenly, then you use this. I have a square small pan that would fit into here, for anything that you could use, and you press it down so you can make it even. And it be really firm down, just like that. Okay, so this is what it looks like, but in a few hours, it will be really red. So I'm going to wrap this up. So what you want to do is you want to put another piece of saran wrap paper on this, and then you want to leave it outside on your kitchen countertop for 24 hours. And then after that, you can cut them up, and then I'll show you at the next step how to wrap them up with the laksa leaves, the red chili peppers, and the garlic. So after 24 hours, your NAM should come out and look like this. It has a reddish salmon color. If it comes out a different color, like a darker brown or light brown, then something went wrong during the process. I hope that's not the case. Now I am going to blanch the garlic and the red chili peppers. I sliced these garlic out already. So in the hot water, you put them in for like just a second, and then you get it out and put it in the cold water, and that's it. Here's the sliced garlic right there. And then now I'm going to do the red chili pepper right here. You just blanch it for a second also after it's done. And this is the red chili pepper. You want to slide it this side because it's pretty spicy. And the laksa leaf, you don't have to do anything. You have to wash it and then let it dry. And now I'm going to cut up the naan. Now I'm going to show you how to wrap your naan. You want to take about 6 inches of this saran wrap. You put it on your plate. And then you would pick up, let me get that right on, perfect. A piece of the laksa leaf, and you want to have that facing down. And you pick up a piece of the chili red pepper, put it on the side. Some people who like it spicy, you can maybe put 2 pieces. And then 1 piece of the garlic clove, the garlic slice. And then you pick up your naan, and you want to put the sunny side down because that's the side you want to do your presentation on. And then you want to wrap this, you want to roll it away from you because that way it rolls tighter and it looks good. And then you just want to pull the end really tight, and then it just, the saran wrap just do the rest of the work for you. You pull it tight like that, and see, now this is what you have. This will make people salivate for it. There we go. Now that it's done, you get about 36 pieces, and this is my husband. He's gonna try it out and let me know how it tastes. So lots of people try to make naan, but somehow they couldn't make it right. So what I did was you have to use the American tablespoon and teaspoon measurement exactly, and you have to weigh all your ingredients. That's the secret to my recipe. Lots of people have been asking me for this recipe, and now finally I'm posting this on YouTube.
Oh wow, that's really good. I like it because it's sweet, but it's not too sweet, and it's sour. That's the part, you know. You have to leave it long enough to make it sour, and it's actually soured out. Perfect. And I usually eat this one. I usually have 2 or 3 before dinner, and I would eat it with a beer or with a little sake or red wine, something like that. Thank you, honey.
Thank you for your compliment. So you can put this in the refrigerator and it will last you anywhere from 7 to 10 days. But in my family, after 5 days, it's all gone. Thank you for watching my channel, and watch for me in the next episode.